Hello and welcome. Before I introduce my guest, Professor Mona Baker from the University of Manchester, I'd first like to introduce myself. My name's Dr. Morven Beaton-Tomey and I'm a lecturer in Interpreting and Translation Studies, also at the Centre for Translation and Intercultural Studies at the University of Manchester. Mona, I'd like to talk to you today about the second edition of In Other Words. I think that you yourself really need no introduction. You're a prominent figure in the field of translation studies. To mention a few of your publications: Critical Readings in Translation Studies, the Routledge Encyclopedia of Translation Studies, the 4-volume Translation Studies, and of course your monograph Translation and Conflict. Second edition of In Other Words, what prompted you to bring out another edition of the 1992 book?
Well, the first edition, as you know, came out in 1992, so that's nearly 10 years ago. It's a long time in the life of a discipline. Much has changed during that period. For a start, we weren't a discipline in 1992. I remember when back in the late 80s, when I wanted to do an MA in translation studies, I couldn't find one within reach. Today, just about every institution around the world offers several different MAs in translation and interpreting. So today we are a discipline, and that's a major change. It changes a lot of the ways in which we think about what we do, and it changes our level of accountability, and it changes the level of resources that are needed for servicing a large number of students. And so, encouraged by Routledge, by the publisher, I decided to revisit what I did 10 years ago and to try and bring it more in line with what was happening today, both in the discipline and also in the professional world of translation and interpreting.